Welcome to today's finance series. This is the final episode on cash flow management. Specifically, I'm going to be talking about cash flow gaps and the strategies for small and mid-sized organizations. Follow me as I go into this round of presentation. When we are looking at cash flow gaps can occur when a company's outflow exceeds its cash inflows, resulting in shortage of liquid funds. So SMEs in particular are vulnerable to cash flow gaps, and the reason is because they have limited financial resources. In a lot of instances, there's also inadequate financial management, and then to a large extent, there are dependencies on a few customers and also suppliers. For a lot of them, you have concentration around specific customers. So if customer A, or let's take it like this, when you look at their top 5 customers, these top 5 customers generate maybe like 80% of their total income. So at the end of the day, if you lose 3 of them or you lose 2 of them, that business is gone. Let's look at the causes of cash flow gaps. One is delayed payment. So if you have customers that pay on a very slow basis, it will impact your business. If you also overstock or understock, or when you have poor inventory management, there's a tendency that you would have cash flow gaps. Another point is also on unmanaged supplier payments. When you don't pay your suppliers on time, it can also cause reputational damage and other issues for the organization. Unexpected expenses or unforeseen costs or emergencies can also cause cash flow gaps. Sometimes these things too, it might be, activities that are not within our controls. Another point is also seasonal fluctuations, or maybe when you have variations in demand. Maybe in a particular period, you see a lot of customers coming, and then after that, you see that it's a bit slow in the business. All that can cause gaps in your cash flows. Let's take it a step further and look at the impact of these cash flow gaps on the business. One is around reduced liquidity and increased debt. When liquidity is low, when you don't have enough cash to take care of your day-to-day needs in the business, you tend to borrow more. Another point to note here is on reduced growth. When the company is limited, or when there's limited investment in growth opportunities, it tends to also be a consequence of these cash flow gaps, really. So when a business has more, there's an opportunity to actually, invest in other opportunities. When there's also shortage of funds in a business, the business might go through financial stress. And at the end of the day, the owners are under pressure, and in some instances, I begin to think of restructuring. If you have any of these issues, no need to worry so much. There are strategies that you can put in place to help to manage the cash flow gaps. One is around optimizing your inventory levels, just like I spoke about in previous episodes before this. Another point is also on managing your spontaneous finance. What do I mean by that? Look at your accounts receivables. When I say accounts receivables, I mean your customers, people who are owing you after you've rendered the service to them. How do you implement efficient collection procedures? How do you ensure that you bill as at when due and you collect as at when due? If you're giving discounts as well, how do you ensure that that is well communicated to your customers to drive increase in sales? Another point here is on payables. How do you manage your payables, your supplier relationship, payments to your suppliers? I've said it before, negotiate better terms. Continue to negotiate better terms. Continue to speak to them, speak to your suppliers to see how best you can have, better relationships and better payment terms, really, because that's really what your vendors are after. Are you able to pay my money if I provide or supply these goods to you? So ensure that you get flexible payment options from your suppliers. Another point I'd like to mention here is on diversification. You need to look at other streams of revenue or other revenue streams that you can help to expand your business. Opportunities within your space, opportunities within your business, try to explore them. In one of my previous episodes, I talked about moving out of your comfort zone as a business. Think differently and see how best you can diversify to increase your revenue stream. Let me give you more points that would help you in your business. One is around setting aside funds for unexpected expenses. Another point to note here is to even invest. Yes, we know that interest rates have gone up, But trust me, people that invest in mutual funds today are actually benefiting. An interest rate is even as high as 20%, if not even slightly higher. So what I'm trying to say here is, from that little fund that you have, set aside something. For businesses too, you can have what is called restricted cash, right? So out of maybe if your inflow is a total of, for example, 100 billion in a month, you can set aside 2% of that, 5% of that into a cash reserve fund. And you know that that amount will be going out every month. At the end of the year, you realize that your business will be able to get income on that, right? Another point to note here is on supply chain financing. I think we've talked about that, and I would really emphasize this because you need to ensure that you have a strong supply chain arrangement with your vendors, because it's very key to help you drive success in your business. Explore digital payment systems. Streamline your payment system as much as possible, your payment process as much as possible. Reduce manual processes and ensure that you automate them. And finally, financial planning. I'm going to emphasize this because for your business to be successful, you need to have a good financial analyst that can help you with financial planning, help you with your budget review, help you with your financial review. It's not supposed to be on the paper alone. It's for you to be able to seek new strategies or implement new strategies as you keep reviewing it and as you go on with your business. Remember, a policy can come that can change things. You don't need to sit there and say, oh, because this policy came up, we can't do business again. You need to look for better ways to help your business to grow. Hence the reason why I'm very emphatic. And if you observe in most of this episode, I've been emphasizing financial planning because that would really help you in a period like this. In conclusion, managing cash flow gaps is critical for SMEs to ensure financial stability and growth within the business. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for listening, and do have a great one.